No selling, just great information on a daily basis without any political spins and no selling spins. It's just good information.
So speaking of good information, let's dive into some of that information we have today, Don, because the real estate market is ever-changing, as we always talk about. And I think there's a few things, you know, I had a little fun with this, right? Because I'm moving. I'm in escrow. I'm moving. So I had to go to Home Depot, and I had to pack, right? So I started that wonderful chore this week. And so my house is completely in shambles. And I said, oh, well, I got to go get packing paper. And so I go to the first Home Depot. They're out of packing paper. Well, that's kind of weird. I go to the second Home Depot. They're out of packing paper. And I'm like, wow. I had to go to 3 stores so I could find packing paper. Does that tell you the real estate market's hot if Home Depot can't keep packing paper on the shelf?
No doubt. So we've been telling you on the National Real Estate Cafe on our show now for quite some time that if you're thinking about buying and selling, now is the time. Please don't sit on your butts and not take action because, one, prices are going to go up. Trust me, there's not enough inventory out there, and interest rates are going to go up. So
they have, Don.
Yeah, we warned them.
The last 2 weeks have been brutal. Interest rates are up somewhere between 1/4 to 0.5%. Good
That's
news
right.
is that ultimately you're still in the 4s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a joke, right? You know, my parents bought their first house at 14%, and guess what? They've made $800,000 on that thing over the last 30 years. Not so bad.
Not so bad at all. So what we did is we brought some experts in the field with us today to help us share with you what's really happening in the real estate market today, what they're doing to help their clients be successful in buying and selling and creating an incredible experience. Believe it or not, you can have a great experience in real estate. A lot of you have not had that opportunity, don't believe it, heard horror stories. That's because you weren't working with the right team. You weren't working with the right people. You weren't working with a team that really cares about the experience, not about the transaction. This group is not transaction-based, including our other guest. You've heard him on the show. He's actually going to be my co-host for the second half of the show, Mr. Steve Korn with Newhall Escrow. Been around since, 52 years, Stevie, now? Mr. Steve Korn with Newhall Escrow. He's going to share some of his insights because nobody sees more transaction than Mr. Steve Korn. And we see a lot of transactions, so we see trends. So it's not all about one report, it's about the trend. So today we have an awesome team, the team of HomeTeamSold.com. And really, it's not HomeTeamSold.com. It's really all about Marcella Puettmann, Shannon Travis, and Mark Odle.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure I get that right.
Yeah, good
All
job.
3. Bam.
So what you guys maybe don't know about Don is he was the name hacker for
Was.
years.
Yep.
Good job, good job.
Yeah, 4.5 years, finally figured it out. That's why I ask. So we have this great team of real estate professionals that have a ton of experience and a different angle of approach to real estate that you really need to pay attention to because right now is a great time to even think about either buying your first home. Buy it now before you're priced out of the market, by the way. We've seen it happen before, right, Stevie? All right. I'm going to refer to him every once in a while because he's been doing this since he was in diapers. And if you're thinking about buying up, now's the time before you get priced out of that market. And it's a great time to sell. So we're going to start with Marcella because you're the shy one of the group.
Oh, yes.
And Marcella Puettmann. They're all with Realty Executives. They're an incredible team that have a different angle and approach to business than a lot of real estate agents. Not all, but a lot of real estate agents are about the numbers, about the volume, about the transactions. They'll tell you how many sales they do, how much volume they do. Marcella, you think that's the most important thing?
Absolutely not.
I knew you were going to say
No,
that.
Don. Yeah. We really are very concerned with our clients and customer service and making sure that, we're transparent and that they can come to us at any time. If it's not waking hours, they can communicate with us. And as soon as we wake up, one of us will take care of it immediately.
There's no doubt about that because I know you guys talk about it. And Shannon, I'm going to bring you into this because I know your cup of tea because you're going to be quiet and just looking pretty over there. But you really get passionate when it comes to customer service. Am I right? Really communicating with the clients?
Yes, it's important to communicate through the whole transaction and to kind of hold their hand, make sure they're aware of what's going on, and not only through the transaction but afterward.
Okay, and it is. See, that's something a lot of you don't think of. And Steve, I know, I can't wait to get you on the mic, Steve, and Gino, I know, can back it up because I've been doing this for 28 years. Steve, you've been doing it for like 25 years or something like that. Meaning we know there's a big difference between just doing a transaction or really being there for them before, preparing them correctly, informing them correctly, handling the transaction so it's a wonderful transaction. It's a great experience. Buying a home should be a great experience. It shouldn't be an awful one. And 3, stuff happens after the fact. You have questions, you have concerns, you need extra knowledge, you need resources. And it's nice that you guys talk about that it's important to you. And Marcella, I'll let you touch base on that, and Steve, because I know you're Mr. Resource. I've learned a lot from you regarding being a resource and being there before, during, and after. Am I right?
Right. Well, there's a lot of moving parts to any transaction, so it takes not just teamwork from the real estate agent, but it also from the lender and the escrow. And it's important that we work together so that they feel as comfortable and as protected as possible. Our big thing is also lawsuit avoidance. That's what we, pride ourselves on.
Should be everyone's, shouldn't it?
It should be.
You
Yes.
think? Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
a good
I
idea. Yeah. Let's avoid this one.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it is not always like that. And our team, we really pride ourselves on just having a great team, and that includes, like I said, the all the moving parts.
Well, and on your support, what I love is you guys actually interview and do a lot of research on figuring out what team you want to work with. Am I right?
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, you don't just go, oh, these guys are going to pay for this. You actually look for a team that's going to provide real solid value to your clients.
No, we grilled you and Steve equally.
That's what I was looking for.
Frequently.
Because you did. All
Yeah.
three. I had the whole posse here, between Marcella and Shannon and Mark, who's in law enforcement. I made sure I dotted my I's with him.
Right? Don't you think that possibly he has some interrogation skills? Maybe just a little bit.
Well, that, and I don't want to
Well,
be
you
pulled
might
over
not
just
go see a
because.
real line of you-know-what when it's coming, too. He knows.
And if you just
Are those
two.
lights hot enough?
Yeah. There you go. He's already interrogating us. That's important, though. Here's a key factor, and we only got a little bit of time in this segment. You're not going to go away. We got 3 great segments of great information from some of the best professionals in Santa Clarita that's going to give you the ins and outs of real estate today. What the media says is not always fact. It's sensationalism. And that doesn't help you out here in Santa Clarita. Santa Clarita is a unique bubble. So it's good we have experts here. And when you talk about interrogation, it's really not about this, negotiation skills. You do not pay a real estate agent just to put a sign in the yard or to find you a home. It's really about lawsuit avoidance, looking for the pitfalls, protecting you, and negotiating on your behalf. Am I right?
Yes, and communication.
Ah, there you go.
That's a big one.
It's all about the communication. I know, Steve, it's all about the negotiation process is huge.
Well, it's all establishing expectations up front. You know what I mean? So everybody understands what's going to happen first, second, and third, and all the way through the transaction. So we'll talk about that some more when we get down the show.
Okay,
That's
so
a big topic.
we're about to close out this segment. So let's give you a little highlight. We're going to talk about what's going on in the market today. It has changed. It changes every month, by the way. That's why we love doing our show weekly now for 4.5 years. And we are going to talk about some highlights because we have Mark Odle and the team here talking about how they're helping first responders with getting in their home or their next home. We're talking law enforcement, firefighters. A lot of our community is revolving around this group of individuals that are so important to us. So make sure you stay tuned to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Tune in at donandgino.com, and we'll be right back.